Thousands of years ago, across the S-shaped land of Vietnam, powerful civilizations once rose and vanished, leaving behind mysterious treasures buried in silence. But the deeper historians dig into these ancient relics, the darker the mystery becomes. Unanswered questions, lost kingdoms, forbidden tombs, cursed artifacts whispered about for generations. Today, we enter a terrifying journey to uncover the top 7 real ancient artifacts Vietnam still cannot explain. Number 7. The Dragon Coffins of Lang Son. Hidden deep within the dangerous limestone cliffs of Lang Son are ancient dragon-carved coffins placed in locations almost impossible for humans to reach. Massive hardwood coffins weighing hundreds of kilograms were somehow transported onto sheer mountain walls centuries ago. Even more chilling, many contained remarkably preserved remains and burial objects untouched by time. How did ancient people prevent decay without modern science? Why place the dead in unreachable caves instead of underground graves? Some believe the higher the burial, the closer the soul could ascend to heaven. Others say it protected bodies from floods, wild animals, and grave robbers. But one terrifying belief remains. Only individuals of immense power or sacred status were allowed to rest in these sky tombs. The dragon carvings remain sharp even after hundreds, perhaps thousands of years. In Eastern culture, dragons symbolized divine authority and immortality. Were these coffins built for kings, priests, or rulers connected to forgotten spiritual rituals lost to history? Inside the coffins, archaeologists discovered preserved bones, ceramics, bronze artifacts, and delicate jewelry. Scientists suggest the cold, dry caves naturally slowed decomposition. Others suspect ancient embalming techniques now lost forever. But local legends tell a darker story. The coffins were spiritually sealed, and anyone disturbing them would suffer terrifying consequences. To this day, the dragon coffins of Lang Son remain one of Vietnam's most haunting mysteries. Number 6. The Vo Gun Stele of Con Hoa. Standing silently near Nha Trang is an ancient stone monument over 2 meters tall known as the Vo Gun Stele. It contains the oldest Sanskrit inscription ever discovered in Southeast Asia. Historians believe it dates back nearly 2,000 years and may hold secrets about one of the earliest Indian-influenced kingdoms in Vietnam. The inscriptions mention a ruler named Sri Mara and describe sacred religious ceremonies, royal donations, and spiritual authority, but much of the text has been damaged by time, leaving critical sections forever incomplete. Some scholars believe the missing passages described ancient sacrificial rituals tied to Indian religions. Others think the stele may prove the origins of the early Champa kingdom. But one chilling possibility remains unanswered. Was this stone evidence of the very first ruler who brought Indian civilization to Vietnam? The Vo Gun Stele continues to challenge historians because no one has fully decoded its message. Hidden within the missing fragments may lie truths capable of rewriting early Southeast Asian history. Number 5. The Lost Champa Treasure of My Son. Deep within the sacred valley of My Son in Quang Nam once stood the spiritual heart of the ancient Champa kingdom. Legends claim the temple stored unimaginable treasures, golden statues, sacred jewels, ritual offerings, and priceless relics dedicated to the gods. But after centuries of war and destruction, the treasures vanished without a trace. Many believe they were not stolen, but hidden beneath the ruins and protected by ancient curses. Local stories speak of treasure hunters who attempted excavations only to suffer strange illnesses, family tragedies, and mysterious disappearances soon afterward. Some villagers still believe the gods of Champa sealed the treasure using spiritual magic to punish greed. Was the treasure destroyed forever? Or does it still lie buried beneath my sun, waiting for someone brave enough to uncover it? Number 4. The legendary Sword of Liloi, Thuan Thien Sword. Every Vietnamese child knows the legend of Hon Kiem Lake, where Emperor Liloi returned a divine sword to a sacred golden turtle after defeating foreign invaders. But historians still debate whether the legendary Thuan Thien sword truly existed. Ancient royal records mention a sacred blade preserved within the early Le Dynasty palace. Descriptions claim the sword was impossibly sharp, engraved with mystical symbols unlike ordinary craftsmanship. Then suddenly, it vanished from official history. Some believe it was lost during wars and invasions. Others think it was secretly hidden by the royal court. And according to darker legends, the sword returned to the heavens because it only appeared during moments when Vietnam needed it most. If the Thuan Thien sword were ever discovered again, it could completely transform what we know about Vietnamese history and mythology. Number 3. The lost imperial jade seal of Annam. For centuries, the jade seal represented absolute authority over Vietnam. It was not simply a royal artifact, it symbolized heaven's mandate to rule. Whoever possessed the seal possessed divine legitimacy. But throughout history, the seal repeatedly disappeared whenever dynasties collapsed. Ancient records describing it became fragmented, contradictory, or mysteriously erased. Some believe the seal remains hidden in an undiscovered royal tomb. Others suspect it was smuggled overseas centuries ago into a secret private collection. But folklore says the seal possesses spiritual power and chooses its rightful owner. Anyone attempting to steal it out of greed would face disaster. Stories tell of treasure hunters driven insane, families destroyed, and mysterious deaths linked to those who searched for the seal. Whether myth or reality, the jade seal remains one of Vietnam's greatest unsolved mysteries. Number 2. The missing Nguyen Dynasty Imperial Seal and Sword. When Emperor Bao Dai abdicated in 1945, he formally handed over the Nguyen Dynasty's golden seal and ceremonial sword to the new revolutionary government. This moment marked the end of Vietnam's monarchy. But after that historic ceremony, the artifacts disappeared into mystery. Some reports claim they were transferred to Hanoi for protection. Others insist they never left Hue and were secretly hidden. Certain rumors even suggest the imperial treasures were smuggled to Europe during political turmoil. Even more shocking, some researchers believe the artifacts seen in old photographs were only replicas while the originals remain hidden somewhere unknown. For nearly 80 years, nobody has confirmed the true location of these priceless imperial treasures. And until the truth emerges, the imperial seal and sword remain one of modern Vietnam's deepest historical mysteries. Number 1. The forbidden treasure beneath Ho Dynasty Citadel. At the center of Thanh Hoa stands one of Vietnam's most astonishing ancient structures, the Ho Dynasty Citadel. Built in the late 14th century using giant stone blocks weighing up to 20 tons. The fortress still stands after more than 600 years without mortar or modern engineering. But the greatest mystery is not the fortress itself. It is the legend of a massive hidden treasure buried beneath it. According to legend, before the Ho dynasty collapsed, enormous quantities of gold, royal seals, and sacred valuables were hidden within underground tunnels beneath the citadel. Treasure hunters have searched for centuries, but many met horrifying fates instead of riches. People speak of glowing stones found underground, collapsing tunnels, unexplained illnesses, disappearances, and ancient curses protecting the hidden vaults. Locals believe spiritual seals were placed over the treasure so that only the chosen one could ever find it. Even modern archaeologists have failed to uncover definitive proof. The treasure remains either Vietnam's greatest lost fortune, or its greatest historical illusion. These mysterious artifacts are more than ancient objects. They are fragments of Vietnam's forgotten past, clues to civilizations, rulers, rituals, and secrets still hidden beneath the earth. Some may be myths, some may be real, but all continue to challenge historians, archaeologists, and anyone brave enough to search for the truth. Which artifact do you believe is the most mysterious? And what other forgotten treasures might still be sleeping beneath Vietnam today? If you enjoyed this journey into Vietnam's darkest historical mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more terrifying discoveries hidden within history.